If you're traveling home this week to see your family for the holidays, you might just want to hold off on the hugging. The Girl Scouts of America recently published an article titled, "Reminder, she doesn't owe anyone a hug, not even at the holidays," which cautions parents about forcing their children to hug adults during this time of the year, suggesting alternatives such as high fives or blowing kisses. A development psychologist for the Girl Scouts said, quote, "Telling your child that she owes someone a hug because she hasn't seen this person in a while or because they gave her a gift can set the stage for her questioning whether she owes another person any type of physical affection later in life." Some people, however, think this is an extreme stance to take and could trigger an emotional conflict in children. So, ladies, what do you think?
What?
I know, right? I'm confused too.
I think I get what the underlying message is in this, but for me, this is way too broad.
Right.
And I think that we have a bigger issue that we're not actually talking about.
What is that?
For me, what this sounds like,
Yeah.
which I dealt with in my family, my mom was sexually molested when she was a child by someone in her family. So at a very young age, we had open conversations about this in our home, about what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, what makes you feel comfortable, what doesn't make you feel comfortable. And I think that we are forgetting that there needs to be an open line of communication between children and their parents about what makes them comfortable and what doesn't.
That is true.
And I think literally from a very young age, my mom would be like, I mean, granted, she's like, don't sit on men's laps. Don't like, that was something,
Right.
but she explained to me
Right.
that her fear wasn't about me, it was about what had happened to her.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So there was so much clear explanation of this happened to me. If anybody touches you, I don't care. If something just makes you feel uncomfortable, you can tell me that and that's fine. But banning your children from hugging anyone
holidays.
is just going too far.
Well, I think
it's just...
Setting aside that part,
Yeah.
I think we're just talking about good old-fashioned, y'all come to the family, and we ask the child to hug. Go hug Auntie, you know, and...
Why not?
Well, because, first of all, I'm not a hugger, so I understand if a kid don't want to hug. What I like about kids, they tell you the truth. You ever
That is
ask
true.
a kid to give you a hug, and if that kid don't know you, most of the time that kid will look at you like,
Stranger danger. Can I ask you a super low-key deep question?
yeah,
Were you hugged a lot?
yeah.
Yeah?
And that's why I don't like hugs.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't want everybody hugging on me.
I
I'm
also
just
feel
not-
like, what if now kids now think like, what if then they don't want to hug as they get older? It goes both ways.
That's why I think it's important to
Look, when
teach-
you want a hug, you want a hug. I'll
Right.
tell you that much, okay?
But I think it's nice to teach kids, tell me if I'm wrong, Tam, about the different ways they can show respect.
Yes.
Because I think you have affection, kids are honest. If you don't affect that weird, creepy uncle you haven't seen in like 2 years of your life, you don't really want to hug him. But I think it's nice to show, like for Vietnamese culture, we always means you bow. So whenever you see somebody, you say, back knee, that means like, you know, give a bow to whoever your elder is. So you always add them like this. The hugging, though, is a very warm, affectionate way of showing a love and appreciation. So I think when you teach
Latinos
the
like to
kids...
hug.
Yeah, if you teach the kids maybe like a form of their handshake or a fist bump or even a hug, let them choose what they want to do and have that conversation with them so that in the moment they can feel the encouragement to, I'm going to give you a fist bump, weird, creepy uncle, or a hug if they feel like it's okay, right?
That's kind of like what I do. I mean, I grew up in a hugging family. Like, we just naturally love, you know, to touch, to kiss. But I do follow my kids' cues.
Yes.
So if, you know, my mom wants Araya to give her a hug, the mom in me and my experiences are like, you better give grandma a hug.
Right.
But at the same time, if she doesn't want to, and I can see her like, no, I don't want her to.
Right.
She doesn't want to, I don't force her.
Great.
I just say, okay, all right, mama, not today. Okay, well, why don't you just blow grandma a kiss or at least wave goodbye? Because in our family, if you don't kind of reciprocate that love, it can come off as rude.
Yes,
and I don't want my children, you know, to grow up and be like that. But at the same time, I want them to show, you know, affection, but show it in their own way, show it in a way that they are comfortable.